Hello. There are two ways to live your life. Whether you look at it from personal context or professional context, there are two ways. One is living with consciousness, and second is living with lack of consciousness. When we look at it from the organizational context, what is it that leads to if any person is living with consciousness? One important benefit that it serves is any person who is living with consciousness in an organization serves or performs the role of a lubricant in the machinery that is called an organization. It starts avoiding frictions, it starts increasing productivity, it stops rework of many things. This is what consciousness leads to. Second important thing that happens when you live with consciousness in an organization is you come to a stage where you do not invite situations where you have said something or done something and you tend to regret later. Have you come across situations that people say things, do things, and then they follow up with saying, "Oh, I did not mean to say that. I'm sorry for that." How much energy it consumes, how much negative energy it creates. And the first point is reflect or think back. Obviously, you must have joined the organization sometime in the past. It may be recent past or it may be many years back. What you need to do is sit with yourself and ask yourself, why did you join the organization in the first place? What did you think when you joined the organization in terms of the contribution you'll be able to make for your own growth and the growth of the organization by you being a part of that organization? When you ask this question, sometimes the answer may surprise you that whatever intention, whatever idea with which you joined the organization is not being served at all in the current scenario. And that is what will help you to start making the course correction, and that will benefit not only you but the organization also. So first point is reflect and think back. Second important point is do a reality check. All of us have certain idea about how we are making a difference to the organization, how we are contributing, how our contribution is making so much difference to the way this organization is functioning. And sometimes our own idea may be far different from what the reality is. And that is why a reality check is very helpful in such a situation. And how do you do that? You are always surrounded by people. They are your juniors, they are your peer level people, they are your superiors. You need to check with them as to how you are contributing. And that is when you will understand, are you leveraging your strengths? And at times it may also happen that you are not at all aware of your strengths. Sometimes you may be surprised to know that other people help you to understand what are your strengths and whether you are utilizing them at all. Sometimes our strengths are revealed only when we come to a workplace. We do not know it ourselves. So this is very important. Another important thing that can happen is that people bring to your attention certain areas in which you can improve. And when you actually make that improvement, obviously you will be able to contribute much more, very differently, and that will contribute to the growth of the organization also. So do a reality check with people around you. Third important point is allow time to be grounded. And all of us need that. What it means is, and how it helps is that you come to the present moment, and that's when you are able to focus entirely on work at hand. Many times you may have experienced that there is a lot of noise in your mind, and that is what is becoming a distraction, not allowing you to come to the present moment and focus on work at hand. So you need to find ways to get grounded so that you remain in the present moment. It may require some extra effort on your part. You may take a walk, you may listen to some music, which will help you to come to the present moment. Otherwise, your mind will stay away from the work and it will reflect badly in the work that you are performing, output that you are creating. Next important point is perform a personal visioning session. How it helps is that by personal visioning, you come to know what is it that you want to accomplish in terms of your goals. Many of us have a vague idea of what we want to achieve, but through this session, you become absolutely clear that such and such are your goals. And when you have that clarity, you can start aligning your goals with the goals of the organization, because only then you will be able to work well in tune with each other. Imagine a situation that you want to achieve something, but the organization's expectations are very different from that. It will create unnecessary and avoidable friction. And obviously, you do not want to land in a situation where there's a lot of friction between you as well as the organization. You can do this personal visioning session yourself, or you can take the help of a professional to do that. Either way, it's okay. The last and one of the most important points is debrief. What it means is that after doing, whether it's a meeting or a project or a conversation that you have had with someone, you must debrief. And the purpose of debriefing is that you essentially answer 3 questions. First question is, what went well? In whatever process you have followed, there must have been many things which went well. And when you are able to answer that question, you are reinforcing your behavior, you are reinforcing the behavior of people around you as to what is the protocol that needs to be followed, what went well. For example, let's say after a meeting you do the debriefing, and what you find out is everyone in the meeting was in time. And that's a great thing to have accomplished, and people can start following it later on also. Second important question that you answer is, what could be done differently? Whenever some things are done, there may have been some shortfalls, there may have been some shortcomings. And to avoid them in future, you answer this question, what could have been done differently? Let's take the same example of a meeting, that when the meeting was going on, there was a lot of disturbance which was coming from some external source. And in the next meeting, you can do something to avoid that situation. The third question that you answer is, what shall we do now? And the answer that you get to this question is nothing else but creating an action plan right from this moment, so that you are better prepared when the similar situation, similar conversation, similar meeting happens the next time. And this will help you to continue to enhance your own capability. This will help you to continue to enhance your contribution to the organization's growth. So when you follow these 5 steps that I've shared with you, you will start living with higher level of consciousness, and that will benefit the organization essentially, but it will benefit you much more than that, and perhaps that is what you are looking for. Wish you all the best. I'll meet you in my next video. Stay safe, stay healthy.